Welcome to Rock and Reddit. Let's get started. It's 50 days to a new decade. What were your best moments of this decade? I had a kid, bought a house, and completely turned my life upside down and right side up again. But just like with snow globes, that's the only way to keep it interesting. Getting married, adopting a dog, buying a house. That time I got 2 onion rings in my french fries. Everything else pales in comparison to the last one. The first time I paid off all my outgoing expenses for the month by writing fiction. It's what I wanted to do ever since I was a kid, and let me tell you, boys and girls, there's not a feeling in the world like it. It's been my full-time job for about 6 years now, and I'm grateful every day. May I ask the name of the title/titles? Might check it out. Anyway, great achievements. Congratulations. Most of my stuff is linked over on my subreddit. It's largely romance, with a bit of smut sprinkled over the top. You know, for flavor. Meeting my wife. My previous relationship finally ended in the beginning of the 10s, and I met my now wife in December of that year. I still enjoy her company every single day, and she was easily the best thing to happen in 10s. Reaching the end of my 6-month chemo treatment last December. I had expected to feel beaten down and done by the end. Instead, I felt better than I had in years. Still haven't felt as good as I did in that all too brief period, but now I guess life has a bit more purpose. I don't feel as directionless as I did before. Well, damn. I remember 2010 starting as the year I finally was able to be social. Then in 2014 I left my home country, came here to Germany, and now have spent more than half of this decade here. And now at the turn of the next decade, I'm looking to go back. But the best moment? Gotta be getting out of hospital after trying to kill myself multiple times. I remember after a phone call with my mum that I'd do everything to get myself together and manage my mental health, and now I'm working and have some great opportunities ahead of me. I'm far from over it, never will be, but I can manage my mental health enough that I can consistently function and not want to die. And that took a hell of a lot of work, but thanks to the people in my life who stood by me, I made it, and I really owe them a lot. Edit. My first Reddit award. Thank you, kind stranger. D-edit 2. Thanks for the gold as well. It really does mean a lot, but I would also encourage you to donate to your local mental health organization. It can really help someone get the support they need to get them through an otherwise insurmountable struggle. I also want to say that I never expected this to get as big as it has, and I'm super grateful for all the kind words and support from everyone I've been getting. You're making me cry at work, you crazy bastards. Graduated high school, moved across country by myself, got married, moved 3 more times, watched my mom leave her verbally abusive and lazy husband and marry a much nicer man who has much more in common with her. It's been a great decade and I can't wait to see what the next one brings. Living in Germany for 1 year. Unforgettable moments. What made it unforgettable? Oh my. Where can I start? Going to Germany was my dream. It was the only thing I wanted to do in this life. I was 18 when I first traveled to Germany all on my own to discover the country and learn German. And oh man, it was a dream come true. The people I've met were amazing. The historical places I've visited were mind-blowing. It was also my first time ever seeing or even touching snow in my life. It was hilarious how people couldn't wrap their head around the fact that I haven't seen or touched snow for 18 years. I also must not forget Oktoberfest, drinking beer, dancing, and singing with friends. I don't know what to say really. There are many more memories. I think a comment would not be enough to express everything. But hey Germans, ich liebe you, ciao. Thank you for the good memories. Finally kicking my opiate addiction's ass. Congrats. Thank you. 3 years and I'm not looking back. I told my best friend of 5 years I had feelings in March. We will be closing out this year and entering the new one together. The day I asked my crush of last 8 years, with whom I had planned my whole life without even telling her, and she said no. Finally, my child, you are free. Got a really good haircut. This is life changing. I had been using those shit chop shops like Sports Clips and Supercuts and was just perpetually unhappy about how my hair turned out. Got my hair cut by a different person straight out of school every time. Went to a barber shop and they had a team of barbers who had been cutting hair for like 30 years and I got the best haircut of my life. I grew up always wanting a dog. Can't say I've grown up in a mature sense, but I got a dog. I met the love of my life. Do they know it yet? Good question. Damn, so many. 2011 I started dating my wife, graduated high school, toured Europe with the National Honors Choir, and started college. 2012 I spent an awesome month traveling in Southern Africa. 2015 I got engaged. 2016 I graduated college and got married. 2017 I fulfilled a long time dream of moving to Colorado. Surviving the end of the world act of the 21st of December 2012. I'm convinced that the true end of the world was us entering an alternate dimension where the most bizarre, off-the-wall shit happens daily. Man, I'm 24. Like, all important stuff of my life happened in this decade. First girlfriend, college, graduated college, first job. Too many to choose from really. Took myself to emergency services rather than driving my car into a tree like I wanted. Sounds depressing, but I'm super proud that I asked for help. A year later I joined a roller derby league. I'm fighting through it all. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up in a way I did not expect. Thank you all for the kind wishes. Graduated high school, got out of that toxic relationship before marrying that psycho, moved out of parents' home, beat suicidal depression, graduated college with an engineering degree, met a girl and got engaged, got married, got the wife pregnant, kid won't be here till 2020, rented first apartment, bought first house, got first career job, been a doozy of a decade. That's a hell of a ride. Glad you are doing good now. I'm sure this will be buried, but I escaped the cult I grew up in. That was also responsible for some of the worst moments of this decade, since my immediate family cut contact me because they are still in the cult. But the day I left was the first time I ever felt truly free and happy. Sometimes I'm still in disbelief and occasionally a little overwhelmed by how free I am, even though it's been 7 years. I gave myself the chance to actually live my life and I wouldn't give it up for anything. I jerked off 3 times in 1 hour. The fastest hand in the West. Asking my boss's boss out on a date. She turned out to have a BF, but I'm still proud that I had the balls to do it. 100% to quit smoking and starting rock climbing. I won't have done one without the other. I graduated. That's probably the thing I've been most proud of. I wasn't a great student at school, had to cope with bullying, and then on top of that try to master academia. Eventually, I found the thing that I genuinely enjoyed, filmmaking, and went to a college 2 years before university, so like the senior years of high school I guess, where I got to study it, and I finished with the highest grades that they had awarded. BTEC gets a lot of bad press because it's maybe not as intellectually challenging as A-levels, but I worked my ass off every day and left with great grades and went to a good university. I didn't get a great degree classification, but I got it and no one is taking that away from me. At university, some of my favorite and most vivid memories I have are of meeting my best friends for the first time. I lost contact with a lot of them. We don't talk as often as we'd like because we are both just trying to cope with growing up, but the people I'm still close to are people that I can't imagine my life without. I love them to pieces. Discovering Reddit. Op asked for best moments, not the moment that made you lose all connection to the real world. Completed the New York City, Chicago, and Berlin Marathon. Accepted into Boston University for my manuscript CI's database development concentration. Bought a house and adopted a German Shepherd. Outrunning the clowns in 2016. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment your best moments of this decade down below. Stay hydrated and don't let your memes be dreams.